Hello. Finally, we're going to get started. So, you probably have noticed I'm the campus brand guy. Actually, I am. I'm John Burkhart, the UW-Tacoma Director of Communications, and I'm going to be the MC for the event today. This is the final round of the VIBE 2023 Business Plan Competition. Before we get started, I'd like to say a few words about where we are. The UW-Tacoma campus is located on the lands of the Puyallup people. The campus, including Milgard Hall, is located near the Puyallup village site that is called, in English, Winding River. Just outside those doors and down that hall, you were standing by it earlier, many of you, is a brand new plaque created by the Puyallup tribe artists Michael Hall and Jack George, the first permanent acknowledgement installed on our campus that we are on land that has been occupied since time immemorial by the Puyallup people. Today, we're in Milgard Hall, the newest building on the UW-Tacoma campus. The building brings together our Milgard School of Business, a number of our engineering programs and labs, and our Global Innovation and Design Lab. We brought together the faculty, staff, and students in those programs in order to unleash new levels of innovation and creativity that will benefit us and the whole South Sound community. A little bit about UW-Tacoma. It is an intentionally diverse campus. It's the most diverse campus of all the three University of Washington campuses. It's one of three UW campuses. We have a close affiliation with the military. About 17% of our students have some kind of military affiliation, either active or veteran or parent or child of somebody with military affiliation. The room that we're in today is one of the most technologically advanced, sophisticated classrooms on our campus. Its larger size creates the flexibility we need to achieve our goal of growing to serve 10,000 students. That is our goal. Now, I'm just going to say a few more words about the competition today. First, we'll have some opening remarks by several dignitaries, and we'll have a couple of special acknowledgments, and then we'll get right into the Shark Tank. 8 teams have advanced to this round. Each team will present their business plan before this audience and our panel of judges, who we will introduce to you later. After their presentations, we will have a lunch break at about 12:45 p.m., although since we started a little bit late, that might be pushed back a little bit. And during that break, the judges will deliberate. And then at, let's say, somewhere between 1:30 and 1:45, we will reconvene, and the judges will announce their decisions as to the winners of the 2023 VIBE Business Plan Competition. So, now on with the event. It is my great honor to introduce to you Dr. Jill Purdy. Jill is a founding faculty member of the Milgard School of Business. She has served as UW-Tacoma's Executive Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. She's currently the Executive Director of UW-Tacoma's Entrepreneurship Initiative. She received the UW-Tacoma Community Engagement Award in 2014, one of our highest honors. In addition to her current work around entrepreneurship, her research focuses on how people influence and are influenced by the organizations and environments in which they operate. She looks at how innovative solutions to challenging problems can come through collaboration. Please welcome Dr. Jill Purdy.
Check, check, there we are. Okay, hi, I'm not gonna stand behind the podium. So welcome to UW-Tacoma. Welcome to our VIBE Business Plan Competition. It is my honor to extend greetings and welcome to you from our Chancellor, Sheila Edwards-Lang. She was unfortunately triple booked this morning, or she would certainly have been here because she is a champion for entrepreneurship and has done a lot to help us light a fire under our entrepreneurship initiative. This is certainly something that we need because, as you know, the past few years and through the pandemic have been very challenging for entrepreneurs and for small business. And we were sad to have to do it, but we weren't able to hold a business plan competition for a few years. But we are back and better than ever. And I want to just take a moment to thank and acknowledge Thomas Cooljam for his wonderful work. Thank you. In making this happen, restarting it in this amazing space. And I have to tell you, I was part of the team that was working on designing this building for a few years, and I fought hard to have a space like this because this is a space for dreaming. This is a space for sharing your ideas, and it has a lot of technology, as John mentioned, but it also has a lot of flexibility. So we envision all kinds of events and activities in this space. It's also, as are many things at UW-Tacoma, open to our community. You can look out these walls, and I can probably see 5 or 6 different businesses just by looking out the window. So we are not just in the community, we are of the community and partnered with the community. And you'll hear a little bit more about how important Pierce County and the region is to our partnerships around entrepreneurship when we have our next speaker. So I just wanted to say to all of our speakers today, to all of our judges, for those of you who are watching this, thank you for being here. We recognize that you are making a pitch that is moving your dream forward, but you are also standing on the shoulders of giants in many ways. Milgard Hall was funded in part with a generous gift from the Milgard family, who built a small business into a globally known window manufacturing business, Milgard Windows, Milgard Manufacturing. And we have so many amazing examples in this region of entrepreneurs who've gone on to do something really big. Now, maybe your mind went to those Seattle folks, and we know all of their names. And let's mention a few of those: Bill Gates, Paul Allen, Jeff Bezos. Some of those folks, many of those folks started their businesses while they were college students. A number of them also left college to pursue the business. We advise you not to do that. But I might be a little biased on that. But we think the university is a great place to hatch a business, and we want to be there to support you. But I was actually not thinking of those Seattle folks. I was thinking of South Sound entrepreneurs. Going back a century or more, the Warehousers were entrepreneurs from the Tacoma area. Maybe you're familiar with a little investment company called the Russell Company, born and raised in Tacoma. Maybe a little company called Columbia Bank, also born and raised in Tacoma, and many, many others. We have a really vibrant region when it comes to business, startup, and growth. And we, as the university, really want to be an anchor for that, a support for that, a hub, a connecting point, a facilitator, and a support to not just to our students, but to our whole community. So thank you all for taking the time to be here with us today. Thank you to our judges for investing a day of your time in our amazing competitors. And I would like to hand it off.
Thanks, Jill. That was great. And now I'm honored to introduce to you Bruce Dameyer. Bruce currently serves as our elected Pierce County executive. He was born in Tacoma and raised in Pierce County. He attended Curtis High School in University Place, and he graduated with distinction from the U.S. Naval Academy with a Bachelor of Science in Ocean Engineering. He served 8 years as a Civil Engineer Corps officer in the U.S. Navy, and he was deployed on humanitarian relief missions in the U.S. and across the globe. Once his military service concluded, he returned to Washington, got his Master of Science in Engineering from the UW in Seattle, and went to work in his family printing business. He was elected to the Washington State House of Representatives in 2009, and then the Washington State Senate in 2012, and then the Pierce County Council in 2016. Please welcome County Executive Bruce Dameyer.
Thank you. Thank you very much, John. Is that on? Good, good. Okay, thank you very much, John. It is great to be here. It is really good to be back. This is something that is really important and that we have missed. It was a consequence of COVID. So it is one of those things where you can't replicate this virtually. Being in the room, the collaboration, all that stuff, the tension, the judging is going to all be real time and exciting. So thank you for being here, and thank you for the judges for investing your time. I know many of them, and they are proven small business owners. So they not only are here as judges, but they've lived it. And if you listen to my bio, thank you, John, you might say, well, this guy was in the Navy, he is a small business owner, and went to UW. Of course he's going to be here and be a booster. Those are all true. I am a booster because of those, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm here today because the work that you do and the work that you're planning to do is not only good for you, not only good for your team, not only good for your family, but successful entrepreneurship, successful small businesses are critical to our community and really strong for our community. The three things about this program that I think are the most important and that will hopefully take you the farthest. The first is, what I'll start with is courageous leadership. And this is the only program in the nation that has both veteran and non-veteran participants in it. And having served in the military, I can tell you that the military puts a premium on leadership and a premium on personal courage. So I know that the veterans among you are bringing a lot of that to the table. Really, really important. The second characteristic that is critically important in this competition is innovative partnerships. And those are two things that I would say the military has some innovation, but it's more known for its structure, right? Yeah, it's getting some laughs out there from the veterans. So the non-veterans and the university setting and this program are all about promoting that ability to be innovative and be a partner in it. That's just critically important. And the last characteristic, and I think as you're going through the final phase, the final effort here of this competition, I know you've been through several before, is about kind of resilience and persistence. Sticking with it. Anybody who is a small business owner, my family's been in printing, been in small business in Pierce County since 1934. Think of how many up and down cycles have happened. Think of the adversity. Every small business goes through that. Everybody has a plan, part of it that works and part of it that doesn't. And you know what? In 10 years, you're going to have to reinvent that. And some of those things that made you successful as you started, if you don't innovate and change, they'll kill you going forward. So persistence and resilience is something that I think both of you, veterans and non-veterans alike, really depending upon your life experience, can bring to the teams. And again, I'll close leadership, courageous leadership, innovative partnerships, and persistence and resilience. That's what's important. But the reason I am here is, again, that the work that you do, both whether you are successful today and whether your business is successful this time, because some of you may not be fully successful today and your business may not be fully successful this time, but you will learn from it and come back again with opportunities in the future. And that, again, is good for you, it's good for your team, it's good for our entire community. That is what we want. And that is why I'm so proud and excited about the University of Washington, Tacoma, because it is a university that is in our community and helping our community move forward. It's about the students, but it's also about what you can do in the future, and it's about our broader community. So it has been awesome. So with that, I am excited to listen to some of the presentations. And again, thank you, judges, for being here today. Thank you, John.
And I've asked Bruce to hang around on the stage for a moment, and I'd also like to ask another special guest to come up to the stage. This is Alexis Ozawashka Beneweske Perez. She's Ojibwe and Potawatomi. She's from the Lac du Flambeau band of Lake Superior Chippewa Indians in Wisconsin. She served 4 years in the U.S. Navy as an aviation boatswain's mate, fuels petty officer, 3rd class. That's 8 words in her job title. She was on board the USS Ronald Reagan, the USS George Washington, the USS Theodore Roosevelt. I love this. She participated in the 2014 RIM pack operations and the 3-carrier hull swap of 2015. Some of you know exactly what that means. I have no idea what that means. At any rate, she has a special presentation to make to Bruce Dammeier. Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, now I'm humbled, honored, and privileged, all three, to present to you someone whom, for many of you, needs no introduction, and without whom today's event would not exist, Thomas Kuljam. Thomas is a U.S. Air Force veteran and has served as Director of VIBE and Veterans Incubator for Better Entrepreneurship since 2015. I think I got that year right. In addition to his 20-year Air Force career, he's worked in the commercial banking sector. He's done consulting work for, among others, Los Angeles County, City of Tacoma, and I count him as a good friend. Please welcome Thomas Kuljam.
Where's the mic? John is an amazing person. We are polar opposites. Total. I'm hot, he's cold. I'm eggs, he's bacon. Or maybe that's combining, I don't know. But anyway, I just want to thank you. We've been on a 2-year hiatus, and I really, truly hate being on stage because it's not about me. It's about all of you. But first, before I go any further, I would like to thank General Collins to be here. He's a retired general. He's also and he's also the civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army for the state of Washington. So with him promoting us and the UW and VIBE, we've got a bright future here, ladies and gentlemen. So when I said that earlier this morning when I was talking to the teams, all of you are inspirations, even though you don't think you're inspirations to a lot of people. When they see one, they want to be one, right? And that's important. So I want to talk about why I'm at the VIBE. It fills my soul. I could be working somewhere else, but it fills my soul because it just like I'm feeling back. I've been back in the military again. And this one individual that I met this year, this quarter, he inspires me. One day he comes on campus and he's dripping wet. I go, Carson, what the hell happened? He goes, well, my jacket's wet. He goes, what'd you do? He goes, I got up at 3 o'clock this morning and went to climb a mountain and came back down to go to class. I was like, oh my God, okay. I was Air Force, I'm like, oh my God. Then he says, oh, I've been rucking 50-pound pack, I've been rucking, trying to getting fit. So he inspired me. So what I did was, I said, I'm gonna ruck. I'm gonna go ahead and get my provisions and get my GPS ready. So I got my snacks. So I threw on a fanny pack and walked around the block. And I said, that's enough. But Carson inspires all of us. He's from Michigan. But Carson is going to basically do the reading from Theodore Roosevelt called Man in the Arena. And if this does not touch you, you're not an American. I mean, it's heartfelt. And especially for you entrepreneurs, this is heartfelt. So Carson, we went out to lunch yesterday just to make sure that he understands what's going on, and we bought a 2-pound sandwich. He finished it in 3 minutes. And this guy can eat, okay? And he's a great guy, great leader. And when students see him, they want to be like Carson, right? So a little bit of background about Carson. Carson was raised in Traverse City, Michigan. He joined the Army in 2013 at the age of 19. Served 7 years in special operations with the U.S. Army 2nd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment. During his command, he performed 5 combat missions to Iraq and Afghanistan, where he earned a Bronze Star with Valor for his action displayed in combat and a Purple Heart. He took a bullet for us. So the fight he fought over there, they didn't bring it over here. Carson now is a junior at UW-T, studies civil engineering. Amazing. Outside of his study, he's currently training to run the Washington leg of the 1,200-mile trail this summer, which extends from Cape Alava, the westernmost point in Washington, to Medellin Falls on the eastern side. Wow, that's amazing. And he's one of us, UW-T, one of us. He's going to read the Man in the Arena. The Vibe Courage Award is basically presented each year to the students who displays the tenacity, bravado, and embodied by entrepreneurial spirit. Without further ado, Carson, please come up.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to put it over here so I can set the paper down. Check, check, check. Can you hear me on this one? All right. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who, at best in the end, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails daring greatly. So that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Thank you.
So this year's Vibe Courage Award goes to an individual that when you first meet him, first thing that comes out is his mental attitude towards life, his smile, his pleasant demeanor. But ladies and gentlemen, he went to hell and back. And he's here with us today. Antonio, please come up. So Antonio has a business that he's going to present today. This is going to be enshrined forever at UW-T. He was in combat in Afghanistan. He survived. He's with us. He's the most positive individual you're ever going to meet. So thank you for letting us do this for you guys today. Thank you.
Okay, we're getting closer to the Shark Tank. So now I'm going to introduce to you this year's judges. Our panel of judges, I'm going to, let's see, I guess I'm going to try to go in order here. So on the my far left, your far right is David Parr, who is the Executive Vice President at Home Street Bank. You'll see their logo right at the top of the sign in the front of the room here. Then we have Tanya Stack, who is the CEO and founder of Chichak LLC, a Tacoma-based professional and educational services firm. If you drive on 30th Street in Old Town, you pass the sign all the time. I see it every day. Then we have David Combs, who is owner of Shirt the City, a Hilltop-based screen printing company. That's the Hilltop neighborhood in the city of Tacoma. Then we have Brenda Miller, who is the owner of Velvet's Big Easy Food Truck and Catering. And Thomas was making some kind of comments about her gumbo earlier, so. And then we have Dave Morrell. Morrell? He is elected Pierce County Council District 1 representative. So please give a round of applause and welcome to our panel of judges. Okay, so now we're going to start the presentations.